same time, it is a crazy matchup. We have now the teams on your screen. On the left side, we have another GB2.
But actually,
Okay.
in all honesty, I think advantage is for Tompinai in this, knowing their defenses. But let's see what another GB2 can do in this one. Starting it off with the Hydra, but we do have. It looks like we're coming in with the clone minion blimp, and you can see the proximity of that single targeting Inferno to the Town Hall, which gets great value, knocking it through, reaching both the Town Hall and the single, and creating a beautiful path for the Hydra.
Yeah, and we have King and Queen now coming in from this top side. Again, always on those attacks, you have to look out for this Queen. She has to stay alive. If she is going down, that's bad news for your attack. And she's already really low, losing her ability. Unicorn is dropping low as well. And there is the super minion blimp, but it's caught in the tornado trap. Town Hall though is going down, but a lot of those super minions are getting dragged with it as well. The Queen is somehow staying alive in the chaos at the top left side, and the Unicorn is keeping it alive. I mean, I don't know how, but it kind of seems like that those dragons are disappearing kind of quickly.
Yeah, still in the core of the base, taking on most of what they need to. We've got the Drag Rider over at the 730 side, taking on the multi-targeting Inferno. One dragon on the outside edge as well. King rounding the corner here, but we have the Royal Champ to come through with the invisibility spell and the freeze. We want to try and hold this off for the back end, considering we have the Expo and we have that scatter shot in proximity together, and that's where the Royal Champ really needs to come into play since the core of the base is taken down. Now providing the support for that Royal Champion with the King. She's got the opening to weave her way through, though she can jump on the walls. The King can work his way in to help protect her, but this is where we need to use the freeze, her ability, and the invisibility spell just right.
Oh, now the skeletons are coming in. There's the invisibility spell to redirect those. Now it's all about this scatter going down, but I feel like there's a little bit too much damage. I don't think the Yak can keep that alive, and it's like the problem with that Queen and the Unicorn not going as planned. The entire plan then did not work out because the Queen is on the back end so powerful. We have seen in the majority of those air attacks that the Queen is the driving force when it's coming down to finishing off those bases. The Yak is trying to get maybe 1 or 2 more percent. It's not going to make it. 90% 2-star to start this match off, and this means that Tompinai is
back in it. But that is not an easy recovery, and Strut needs to have brought in the right bases, so that is incredible to see coming in from War and Glory, and not unexpected. So let's see how Tompinai can maybe capitalize off of this defensive start that they have coming in. We did see those like lower scoring wars, which does indicate that we do have defenses coming from both sides, and Eltano opting to go for the Sui Lalo here. We do have the Skellies to help open up the passage. This is to protect our heroes coming in with these dives, rather than investing troop space, which you can then use instead for your loons and your hounds, of course.
Yeah, it's not, I mean, the skeleton spells are super clutch to get that Queen towards that tunnel, but it needs a lot of investment already. Like, it is not as easy to get that through. And we have now the Royal Champion hopefully taking down the scatter, but at the same time, he needs to place that invisibility spell perfectly to take down the scatter. Otherwise, Significant Tower and the Town Hall being on that Royal Champion not being the best thing, and the Royal Champion shield is not going towards that scatter. He's trying to save this with the rage, with the freeze, and he's getting that scatter shot. But at what cost? Freeze and rage invested. At this point, it more feels like a blizzard from the spell capacity which is left. But he has the Samuel left at least. But I don't think he imagined this entry to go like this.
No, this is a lot of spell investment loss coming in. He does have the Stone Summer to try and take the lead, but it's already taking on too much damage from the defending Royal Champion, so it's not able to come into the core of the base and absorb the traps. So we pop the Warden ability to try and help carry through. We've got the Drag Rider taking on the single. Haste pushes them out into the Air Sweeper, trying to force them into that back-end AD, but we've still got the Scatter to worry about. At very least, we've got the Hound cutting the cross here, but it's not taking the focus of the Scatter shot. The Warden instead is. However, the Loons can sneak up, come in here, knock it down fast, but they still have to contend with the splash of the Wizard Tower right on the back end.
Oh, that was a really strong ladder from him, but this one wizard tower. Any more red mines and this could go downhill. The lava hound's alive as well. The wizard tower is going down. He's trying to tank the backhand Tesla, and those loons are so low. But he's trying to lure everything away. We have seen the lava hound at the top leaving that area, getting lured away from him. There's now the poison on something on the top side. I think, yeah, there's the Royal Champion. Now the question is, can he take down the Clan Castle? Can he take down the Elixir Collector to make things look good for him? You can see in the face cam, he's not really sure just yet.
He's not. He's got the Headhunter distracting the Hound. Already took down the Royal Champion. Minion pinging away, and it is a 3-star. He doesn't look happy. I think he's just more relieved than anything else that he got that triple in. We've got Torla and Aphelion tied up as well, so that's a nice start for their war too, Itsu.
Yeah, you can see, like, those scores are going to be a really high-scoring matches. We have already lost 2 teams, which did not make it to this stage of this Swiss system. So, remaining teams know what they're doing, so the scores shouldn't be too low. And we have the next attack coming in. Another GB2 coming in with those Super Dragons against the Sweeper. Triple Super Minion Clan Castle. There's now the Sweeper gone, with the Town Hall, though, staying alive. And there is not too much left around that Town Hall.
No, this is the Stadra approach. This is the approach I am not a huge fan of. Coming in straight on with the Town Hall. No blimp to take it on. No Flame Flinger. No other plan than your Dragons to go for it. So now he has to sacrifice the Royal Champion, who is typically allotted for the back end of the base to help with the support of any of the singles or scatter shots that remain. Drops the Rage, has her ability to carry through from some of the defenses, but we've thinned out quite a bit on the Dragons that we have, and there's still a single in the core of the base that is not going to go down. King and Queen, despite having the ability here, is not going to be enough to necessarily carry this through.
Yeah, 1 freeze to somewhat save this attack. The Super Dragon is trying to beam away that Queen, but this own Queen going for the wall. And I'm not sure. There's so many traps, like the Giant Skeleton that drops the Giant Skeleton, the Giant Bomb. There was a combination of Skeleton Trap and Giant Bomb. Yeah, so many traps against those heroes on the back end, and this means it is going to be another defense for Tompinai. Etano showing off his base building skills again. I think he's building a lot of those bases for Tompinai. He's a really, really talented base builder, and it's showing really nicely. That base with the Town Hall staying strong was a big problem right there for another GB2, and the Town Hall falling. As you said, investing in Rage, investing in so many things for their Town Hall, it was just not enough to power through. And you have said it as well already, you don't want to fail, obviously, but when you're failing, you're trying to get at least 90-ish% or above those 90% mark. And this is not even getting closer to that, to be honest. It's like 85. And yeah, this is already another good defense, and Tompinai now can really capitalize on that and push and really pressure another GB2 with their attacks.
Yeah, this is the risk that you take, though, with this style approach. This is something that Stadra does and knows very well. It does have some of its downfalls and pitfalls where if you do not get the straight line push for your Dragons to actually make contact, we also see this with Electro Drags as well. They need to be right up against the Town Hall, and any spacing can cause some issues in taking it on. So your backup defense is to start with the Royal Champion, but it is one of the more riskier.
I mean, the good news is they have the percentage, most likely. The bad news, they don't have the stars. So yeah, let's get back to the next attack, which is from Almiolin with the Queen Charge Lalo. And I hope that he's sticking to that Flame Flinger. I just think Flame Flinger is such an insanely powerful siege machine. It is crazy. And if it is not baited, like if there's no outside skeleton traps or even outside giant bombs, we have seen many different things on how builders are trying to defend that. If that's not there, this siege is getting such an insane value. It feels like you have 2 Queen Charges going on at the same time. So let's see if he's going to get that scatter. That's his main goal with this Flame Flinger right there. And the Queen is then just supposed to walk all the way closer to that multi-inferno tower. Right now, the queen is running into a lot of damage, chasing that king. With the headhunter, it shouldn't be any problem to take all of this out.
Yeah, this is a beautiful approach coming in. Should have the turnover to the scatter shot, but the queen's got a nice open path leading into this. We've got the opening for the king and an additional wall break to force this queen a little bit deeper inside the base. We've got that multi that we would want to contend with, but the royal champ can actually help with this as well, though she comes in from the outskirts, and that's going to force the king and queen to path deeper inside the core of the base. With the invisibility spell, that royal champ can get as deep as getting the scatter shot, which means we've got a straight path for Lalo coming into the town hall here.
Yeah, and the Flame Flanger so far is doing a nice job of taking down a lot of buildings, now going closer to that single inferno tower on this bottom side. And as I said, only the town hall compartment pretty much left, like everything else is getting cleared out. The royal champion took down another scatter, and oh my lord, what are those air traps in the middle? I think every single red bomb in this base got triggered right now, so this means the Lalo is safe from that. But still, the town hall has to go down first, but it's looking good so far.
It is. He's got the Warden ability to carry them through, Freeze to hold off the Giga Inferno, and that Rage to push the Loons out through the Poison Bomb and get them through into the back-end defenses. But this Flame Flinger is still going strong, yet to unhouse the CC troops coming out. You can see the smile on Almwallen's face here. He knows he's got the 3-star needed. He knows he's claiming that 2-star lead over another GB2, giving the fight to stay in it. A 2-star lead is huge in this one when you know this is for elimination. They are down in the bottom ranks with this last opportunity. Who did take down Queen Walkers, able to hold the percent lead over SG Tristella. Let's see what we've got coming in from Bindi. We've got the Queen Charge, Lalo, but with the Zap Quake. Okay, now. So we're looking to come in. We will likely work. Ooh, Blimp coming through for the town hall here. And waiting patiently to take this down. Then we can get our Zap Quake ready to go for that single, make that full connection adjoining, and also gets the CC lure at the same time. So we cleared out a huge chunk of the compartment and started to set the course of this path for the queen. And I see that nice opening in the base that we keep talking about where the multi is, Itsu. So I suspect the queen's going to work in there with the king on the 9 o'clock compartment.
Okay, he had to invest the freeze because there were some headhunters in the bottom side facing his queen. But yeah, I was kind of surprised that he chose the blimp, because I feel like a lot of those times where you have those lightnings for behind the town hall, you use the flame finger after, because you have the flame finger right now being so strong. You have this earthquake, right? You have the lightnings and you have the earthquake combination. With this earthquake, you can activate the town hall to make sure that the flame finger can target it. So that combination is just so strong that a lot of people are using that. But instead, he is going for that blimp, which is really interesting to me. And now let's see how this queen is going to move forward, because so far she's supposed to walk into this channel again. You talked about this many times with this channel, with the queen getting pushed into those channels, which has worked so good for the majority of those teams so far. Let's see how this one is going to work for Blindy, if he can get the first 3-star for his team.
Yeah, that definitely needs to come on to get them in on the scoreboard here. Beautiful power out of the king and the royal champion. Queen with easy access, picking off the air sweepers and the multi. Royal champ still has her ability to get on the other air sweeper, try and target through the multi, but there's no invisibility spell to carry her through. What he can rely on is the queen's ability to try and burn her way through the core of the base if she can make it past before the loons actually get there. But we do have the warden's ability to try and carry it forward. Perhaps. Did we already use the warden already? Coming in with that opener?
Yeah, I feel like he did not get enough value with those heroes. I feel like only this one compartment was just not enough. And that was a big problem. I mean, he has a lot of spells left, like considering that this rage is not getting that much value, and he has still another rage to yet deploy. So his heroes did not get enough value, considering that he used the warden right there. That's another incredibly good defense for Tompinai. This looks more and more done, it feels like, in this match, except Tompinai really messes things up. It looks really good for them, and that they're staying alive in the tournament, because we want to mention this non-stop because it's really important. This match is coming down to whoever is just keep going in this tournament, and whoever is going to do is going to drop out of the tournament. So this match is really important for those two teams.
Yeah, I feel like claimed the lead so far, but we'll keep an eye on the rest of those stats coming in as we get in between. Michio now can really seal the deal on this one with the 3-star on the board, coming in with the Super Drags. And looking at his option to come in, we have the Stone Slammer lined up, and we are creating an opening with the Yetis. So are we looking to force Heroes to come in for that Town Hall and push our way in afterwards with this?
Yeah, this space overall looks really interesting. I feel like it's looking really, really compact overall, and that's typically really good for Super Dragon. So I'm really interested to see how good this attack is going to work. At the same time, though, there is a lot of damage inside that core with the single Inferno Towers, with those 2 scatter shots and everything. So, I mean, let's see. So far, though, with the clan cast and everything, I don't know if it's looking too hot, to be honest, but the freezes right now are keeping those dragons alive, which is really clutch. But now those air defenses are coming in. He's sending in the Royal Champion, but the defending queen is over there. Ooh. I am not sure. I mean, the back end, there is 2 X-bows and a single Inferno Tower and a scatter shot, which is not even damaged yet. So that base so far has surprised me, but let's see if it can still get 3-star right now for Metro.
Yeah, I mean, the freeze timing was perfect to hold off the queen. He's got another freeze. He's got another 2 freezes to help hold off, and is hanging on to this ability as long as he possibly can to get the maximum value out of that regenerative boost. We've got the single to worry about, so needs to freeze it up. Gets the X-bow encompassed at the same time, and she should have a little bit more leg to stand on with this final freeze and the super drag coming in to help her out. But that queen has no health for support, and I don't know how much power left. Ooh, it doesn't matter how much power is left in that super drag as the red air bombs. Oof. And the Sam knock him right out. Ouch.
Crazy. That base looked, in theory, so good for those Super Dragons, because, again, matchup, the first defense right now for GB2, and they now need to start 3-starring. Otherwise, it's a big problem. Otherwise, it's a big, big problem for them. And we have another hybrid. So far, only Kingsman was able to 3-star with Queen Charge hybrid. So let's see if Shihawa can actually make that work as well.
We shall see. So we've got the queen starting off from the bottom side of the base, coming in for that town hall position. There is a lot for her to clean up here, but we also need to section off the funneling. Drops in the sneaky gob to help create this pathing, force her alongside into the position that he wants her. But I'm noticing, and I don't know if this is going to switch up, but I am noticing the log launcher. This would be an interesting approach to go in with, because we often see things like the siege barracks coming out to help with this, and of course we've got enough to wall break this queen through, but I mean, you never know. We could log launch this queen straight through, get her deeper inside the base with this.
Oh, okay. He's using the log launcher now from the bottom side to get that queen further into their tower compartment. The reason why you want to do that is normally there's a single Inferno Tower behind the Town Hall, and like this charge right now is nearly impossible to do. But with that log launcher, you can take down the Inferno Tower. But right now there's a lot of damage on the log launcher. Can he make that work? The Inferno Tower is gone, but the healers as well.
And Queen's burned through the ability. Town Hall's down, so he's not going to get the value he needs out of this Queen. That was a difficult choice to come in for another GB2, because this is going to suffer the pathing now.
Yeah, that's going to be a rough time for those Hawk Riders and Miners. King is funneling nicely, but there's a double scatter shot waiting for them, and trust me, Hawk Riders and Miners do not like those scatter shots. They're really, really annoying for them. Giant bombs, a bomb tower, everything on the same spot. And take a look at that. There is so much damage coming in on those Hawks. And there they go. Hawk Riders did not care about that heal. It was just too much damage. And with that, this is going to be... I don't want to call it too early, but I just say it's going to be a defense. I don't see how this is going to work. With the bomb tower protecting that scatter shot, I mean, the king is going strong, but then the heroes again on the top side, that's just looking way too scary.
Yeah, that queen was meant to get through into the center of the base in that opening and actually help distract some of the scatter shot position to help out the hybrid and narrow out the course of the base. Just far too much, and we can see VN Tompinai coming in with the right defenses to try and carry their way through to live one more round in this match. And with this too, and I missed for Aphelion and Torla, so we'll take a look afterwards.
Yeah, it's like every single time after those attacks, you're just like getting super excited and you want to see the result or like the current score of the other matches. But we are now in the next attack for Tompinai. They're coming in again with those Queen Charge Lalo attacks. So let's see. Triggering already a Blackman, that's nice. And actually getting that blimp into that compartment. There's Rocket Loons coming out. Okay, that's interesting clan cutter to defend versus Queen Chargers, but the Rocket Loons lost their ability, and with that they're not as useful anymore. The same thing with those super minions. With that, he just needs that one poison to deal with them, and then the Queen Charge. I guess he wants to Queen Charge all the way into the core to take down the Town Hall, which won't be easy, but it's doable for sure. Perfect freeze timing, and now the Queen has to wrap around and take down the Singer Throne Tower.
Absolutely. This is all about protecting your queen ability. Nice Coco Loon absorbing that Sam there, keeping the queen going strong through this course of the base. Another 2 super wall breakers. King's got the setup here to try and line into the scatter shot position, but we want that queen focused on getting into the town hall compartment. He's going to have to drop the rage, and he is waiting mighty long. A lot of these players wait very last minute before dropping those rages on the healers. There goes a super wall breaker, gets the opening for the queen into the town hall compartment as the king forces along with that royal champ for the scatter shot position and distracting the defending RC.
Yeah, this attack so far looks really, really good because this time around he did not invest the warden. We have seen earlier again where people have invested their warden to try to take more buildings out with their hero dive. This time, no. Oh, the red mines are coming up. No warden invested, but this means the red mines. Oh no, all healers are gone, and this means this queen is going to finish off the multi-inferno tower. The question now is, was that enough value for that queen? And so far I would say yes, because there's still a rage left, there's still the warden ability left, and a freeze for that scatter, so things are not looking too bad for Hawk.
Oh, this Rage Warden combination is stunning. Gets the Royal Champ in there.
That split.
Spreads out those loons. And this is a done deal with the surround of the loons on the back end defenses. We've got Mammoth coming in with that 3-star. Keeping Tompinai right there on top. You asked it, Sue. If that queen got enough value, it wasn't just about the queen. That warden and rage got the most epic value I have seen yet today. Has this 1-star lead over them and definitely holding the percent advantage by a considerable amount. But let's see how another GB2 finishes off the day, knowing that Tompinai has dominated not only defensively but offensively here as well. We've got the Electro Drag to start kicking off the pathing here for this Hydra, working in towards that Eagle compartment. We've got the Loon that sneaks right into that damage zone, or sorry, open zone to take it out nice and fast. And a beautiful push in with the Blimp. We're going to see that clip of the Warden ability just at the cusp and edge to carry through. And we've got the invisibility spells for those super minions to come out and pick everything off with the Town Hall and the single targeting Inferno.
Oh, the Tornado Trap. Okay, barely staying outside of the range of the poison, I think. Can they take down the Single Inferno Tower? No, Single Inferno Tower is staying alive, and with that, those Dragons and Dragon Riders have to deal with that. Overall, interesting that we're seeing Dragon and Dragon Riders and not those almighty Super Dragons, which are way more popular at the moment, it feels like, but some teams are still using the Dragons and Dragon Riders for some of their attacks. King ability, Now the Royal Champion has to deal a ton of damage for that back, and the question is, can they still make that work? I mean, he has still like a freeze. It's really depending, in my opinion, on the back and on the traps. Maybe if there's not too many skeleton traps, which is unlikely, you have to say that. But still, it is possible, and depending on that, we can maybe see a 3-star, because the king at the top side, like that king, can be completely ignored. Like, he won't need to get to that king, because there is no building to get there. So the king can be completely ignored. It's all about this 9 o'clock compartment. There is the freeze now. There's a few dragons alive, and maybe this Royal Champion. The Royal Champion in a dream. Can she make it?
Yeah, the Royal Champion will get that regenerative boost from her health, but there's still a lot of surrounding defenses to knock her out. And without Lassie taking the cover for her, this makes it a lot more difficult, especially with the Skellies here down at the bottom. That gives the opportunity for the Archer Tower to pick her off. And we still have that multi that stood. Now, we often talk about how singles are the bane of the existence for dragons, but multis are when you have surrounding storages and other heavy-hitting defensive options, which this base had. And this is why we are indeed going to see this one time fail out. The Warden, very slow hitting, not going to have enough time to finish it off. And unfortunately, not necessarily enough power coming into it. So a final defense for VN Tompinai comes in and secures their advancement on with one final shot to try and get into it in the 5th round. But we've got to give a huge kudos to another GB2 who had a well-fought war making it this far. But this will be the end of the road for them today.
Yeah, that is really unfortunate for them. So, it's interesting stuff. But we're going in. Tompinai, Rigotoris, the last attacker, typically the man who is going in first, and especially with the super dragons. So let's see what he is coming up with those 3 lightnings.
Yeah, so the man, the myth, the Rigo Torres. Final hitter coming in. We're used to seeing him actually as the first hitter, but since the new lineup, we've seen this split up quite a bit. So starting to section off the pathing here, we do take out, I believe, the scatter shot in this opening. Oh, sorry, excuse me, not the scatter shot. Taking out the compartment leading to the scatter shot. We still have the back end to worry about, but a nice easy push coming in. We have the blimp that's going to sail through, take on the town hall, but we need to keep the pathing of these super drags away from that compartment of the poison bomb. So sends it through, a little bit of sweep back from the air sweeper, but gets everything over top. Nice sound taken down, and Queen working perfectly along the outskirts with a delayed king that's going to provide some extra power towards the back end of this phase.
Yeah, Queen pushing everything back into the core, more like, guys, you're not allowed to rest just yet. Keep pushing into the core, keep taking out those air defenses, those expos, those everything defensive gnawing buildings. We have like 2 or 3, like 2 super dragons at the top side, no super dragon in the core left alive, and the lava hound is coming out as well. And I'm not sure how this is looking, because we have still a king and a queen on the back end left alive to be annoying. And don't let this go into be a 3-star, but at the same time, we have queen, we have king, and Royal Champion Blitz still left alive. So it's still possible, and he has quite a few loons left, which is surprising, to push that king maybe back inside and tank for that queen and the Royal Champion.
I love how you underestimated how much he has left over here, even with the traps coming out. We've got the invisibility spell, the king just forcing his ability, queen's got her ability, Royal Champ's got her ability. This is a done deal for Rigo Torres, even with the Skellies coming up into the mix. Yes, we have the Warden Tower to worry about, but this invisibility spell used right can help carry through. But I'm jinxing it and underestimating, but I have the faith in the Royal Champion to come in with the Queen. She's got to hold this ability and keep it going strong. Unicorn needs to keep her alive and well. Don't be through a wall, Queen. Take the openings. Get in there. Get it taken down. Unicorn needs to survive her through the cannons. It started going down so fast. But can Rigo do it? Do we have the faith, Itsu?
Ooh, skeleton trap.
Oh no!
I mean, to be honest, I did not really underestimate. I mean, it was too close, okay? But yeah, it is going to be a 3-star. Nicely done by Tompinai. Nicely done by Rigo Torres. 14 stars. And actually, I have the results of the other matches as well, because, I mean, this match was already decided before this attack. So I want to bring this in. Strut is winning versus War and Glory because War and Glory is having 2-2-stars. And at the end, percentage is in favor of Strat because of the really strategically placed 99 1-star in the beginning of Strat. So nicely done to them. This means we are going to have Tompinai winning this match and having another chance in the last round. And then we have 3 teams qualifying: MS Esports, Reported Gaming, and Strat joining X Team and Perumania to the qualified teams. But guys, we have another round. We have our war stats on the screen right now. Tompinai is having another chance, while another GB to have to sadly leave this tournament. And we're going to have 3 crazy matches still left in our last round. But before we're getting there, we're still looking at the player stats.
Yeah, so we had beautiful attacks coming in on all fronts, but like, look at this. It's Tompinai that's come in with so much defense. Almuel, Eltano, Hawk with the 3-star, and you know, Hawk was absolutely beautiful, aka Mammoth. And